I'm here with the Tan brothers, true rock stars of e-commerce. I think you've become celebrities, at least in Singapore, and actually, all across Asia by now, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Great having you here. So let's get right to it. You own several e-commerce stores. You also have a mastermind where you share a lot of your knowledge. Can you give us a brief overview of the different stores, how you run them, what you do there?
Yeah, I mean, different stores that we have actually have different niche. So like we have big stores that's going to be doing a lot of different niche, like 5 to 10 different niche. And we have smaller stores like baby, pet supplies, different kind of products that's more targeted to a specific audience. So that is how we build long-term branding with those niche stores. And like we test products with our big stores, general stores.
Okay, so first you put a product into a general store, you see how it does.
Yes.
And if that works out and you think it's scalable, then you make this into a brand.
Yes. So the niche has to be big enough for you to explore. So for example, baby is a huge market, right?
Sure.
So definitely don't explore something that's super like small niche, because like you're gonna run out of products in the long term, right? So usually when we find something that's testing and doing very well, we'll try to brainstorm and see how we could build this into a long-term brand.
Okay, so let's walk through that process in more detail, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So, you work with Shopify, or what kind of software do you use?
Yeah,
to
we
run?
use Shopify.
Shopify,
mainly,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you pull up Shopify, that's pretty easy to do. You drop a couple of products in there. How do you source those products, for example? You drop ship, you buy them wholesale, how do you do it?
I mean, for new products, we usually just drop ship. So, but everything that's dropshipped comes from our warehouse and logistics fulfillment in China as well, because we want to control all this process. So once it starts scaling to bigger numbers, right, we'll bulk purchase them from Alibaba or some 1688.com or different like Taobao, or there's a lot of channels that we source products from. But the main place that we buy bulk is usually Alibaba, because there's where you deal with the true manufacturers of bigger scale. Yeah.
So there's no secret about where you get the products? Is that easy?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has the same channels and same access to all these products, right? I mean, it's just a matter of doing the research on how you find different products. I mean, there's so many new products coming out every single day, yeah.
Okay, all right, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you have found a couple products where you think they might work. You put them into your store. What's up next?
You have to do media buying for that. So probably Evan can share a little bit more.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so actually after we found the right product, for us we have a huge team and a great team as well, So we find the products from Taobao, as mentioned in the presentation just now. So Alibaba 1688 Taobao. After they find the right product, they put it on Shopify. Then our main traffic source is Facebook. So we do media buying on Facebook. Of course, there we do GDN, SEO as well.
Okay, cool. But Facebook is your biggest traffic source. All right. So what strategies do you put in place to make Facebook work for you? What kind of ads? I assume you run a lot of video ads. I guess you do retargeting. You play around with Pixel and how you do your targeting. Share a bit more of how people should go forward to come close to your success, or at least try.
All right, I feel like there's actually a lot of different types of ads you can do on Facebook, but for us, what we feel the most straightforward one would be doing video ads, and at the same time, Instagram ads actually really do work nowadays, especially with Instagram stories. They actually convert customers at a high level. At the same time, of course, as you mentioned, retargeting is very important, and building the custom audience, using lookalike audience that Facebook has, and using a lot of the functions that Facebook provide you with, like lifetime value, custom audiences. All these are actually a lot of the tools we use to efficiently scale at a really high level.
Fantastic. So I assume you also work with consumer lists. You cluster those, you upsell those. How do you make sure that you get the highest customer lifetime value out of everyone?
So to ensure actually a maximum lifetime value of the customer, we try to ensure that our customer service, our shipment, everything is on the best. We try to ensure that the customer receive the item correctly. After that we will send follow-up emails to them to ensure that they're happy with the product, make sure they receive it correctly in time for whatever events they have, birthday or Christmas, be it. Just make your customer happy, and you ensure a longer lifetime value for your customers.
Okay, I assume you run in a lot of different countries, or do you
Yes.
focus on only the US, for example?
Customers mainly US. And but I mean, US takes about 40 to 50% of our sales.
Okay.
The rest would come from Europe and Asia. Yeah.
Okay, but it's more like, let's say, tier 1, tier 2 countries.
Tier 1 would definitely cover like 60 to 70% of our, like
Okay.
Canada, UK, you know, all these English-speaking countries definitely have more spending power.
Right.
But don't underestimate the smaller countries because it does add up.
Yes, I mean, that's one important thing. Obviously, there are a lot of different strategies. A lot of the big players, they focus on the US, they focus on the evergreen verticals, and they just face a lot of competition, but they make it work, and then they have a lot of scale.
Yes.
Of course, there's a lot of, as you just mentioned, money in smaller markets as well. So, like, I've been running a lot in Europe with a lot of different languages. It's a pain in the butt, but it gives you a competitive edge if you can
as
do
long
it.
as it works, you know, as long
Exactly.
as there's good ROI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're doing both?
Yeah, we do as well. We do Europe as well, but kind of like we're lazy with the translation thing. So,
Lazy
yeah.
affiliates.
Yeah.
You're so lazy, I'm sure.
Yeah, we just use English, you know, like, but sometimes if you can get someone professional to translate it, it's gonna, like, I mean, definitely perform way better.
Okay, so speaking of translations, how big is your team, and where do they sit? You have them
We have
locally,
over- yeah.
outsource?
We have a hybrid model, so we have over 60 people based in from all the way from Philippines and China. So China is mostly like procurement, QC, and also like warehouse and logistics. The rest of them would be in Philippines.
All right, perfect. Last question.
Okay.
What's more important, heart or brain?
I think brain is very important, but you know, having a good heart determines how you're gonna, like, you know, decide your business and how it goes. Because like if you kind of like don't have a good heart and want to scam money out of people, it's not gonna last long. So I think having a good heart is still critical to the good foundation.
Even agree?
Yeah, I would agree with that. So, yeah.